Mike with Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing the Draco by Bramy's Bags and Boards. Let's go ahead and dive in, break these bags down. As always, start with materials. Slow side, this is a hybrid material. It is the same slow side material that you find on the Brotherhood Guardian, the Killshot Wolverine, True Cornhole Trimmer, the Crazy 8 Hibernator. Quite a few bag companies are using this. It's a 5-speed. Plays a little faster new, closer to a 5.5, 6-speed. But once you break it in, it starts to soften up and fuzz a little bit. It'll get down to about a 5-speed. Very controllable. Still extremely hole-friendly for the control you get with it. One of the reasons why I really like this type of material is because I can play a dirty style game, but I don't have bags hang up like they would with a traditional carpet bag. It also plays really well across all conditions. So if you play in those environments or all-day tournaments where weather conditions, board conditions change as you go through, a bag like this with this slow side material is pretty consistent, and you can play the same bag without having to switch up bags or change your throw as conditions change. 5-speed on the slow side. Fast side, this is that Pro Sniper variant material. Same fast side material you find on the Big Mac bags, whatever, the Brotherhood Guardian X, the Cornhole Coastal Creature Fear Icon. It's a 9-speed material. I like it a little better than that Pro Sniper fast side material. It just has a little bit better, softer feel to it. It's still fast. It's great for pushing up, collecting bags, collecting blocks, blowing up piles, cleaning up messes, slides up board any condition as well. So 9 speed for these Dracos. Template wise, it's a medium template bag, but it's bordering on the larger side of medium. So you're starting to get some flop in here. It's a medium amount of fill, but because of the template being closer to that larger side, like I said, the bag does have flop to it. Now the flop gives this bag just a ton of forgiveness in the landing, a ton of forgiveness around the hole. The fill in here is a mixed fill. I love the fill. It's got some flat fill, it's got some round fill, it's got a good mixture in here, which gives the bag just enough movement that you can shot shape cuts, rolls, flops, but it's not overly aggressive on the landing and the balance and so forth, so it doesn't really kick that hard on you. You throw the flop in here, as I mentioned, the forgiveness. So by putting this flop in here, the bag doesn't have that aggressive kick to it. It lands, flattens out, and runs fairly straight and true up the board. But because you do have those beads in there, it gives you a little bit of action. You can still make those subtle cuts if you need to with it. The forgiveness around the hole, as I mentioned, in this bag, because it has that flop to it, as well, if you're missing left or right, that a bag that has flop wants to grab the hole or grabs the hole a little easier than a fuller bag does, and it'll catch and pull the bag back in, which gives the bag a larger than normal landing zone. I talk about that kind of that rectangular box that you need to land your bag in to put it in the hole. Fuller bags, smaller fuller bags have a smaller landing zone. The larger, floppier bags have a larger one. This is definitely larger than normal, which gives you a lot of forgiveness. You don't have to be super accurate with this bag. If you're missing your mark a little bit left to right, as long as you get that corner to grab, it'll pull the bag back in. Also makes the bag great for get-arounds because you can kind of sneak around a bag and just catch that corner and drip right in for you. These bags are ACO stamped, so you're playing ACOs, you can throw the Dracos. Let's go ahead and jump in and talk more about playability on this. It's a versatile bag. One of the beauties of most all hybrid materials out there is the versatility with it. This material is no exception. You can get up there. If you just want to run bags in the hole, you can do it. It just puts your bags in, 4 bags in, outscore your opponent round to round. You can do that. As I mentioned, material is very hole friendly. I really like this material, especially when boards are fast. Faster boards, this plays great for running bags in the hole. You still have some control to it. The bags are not flying off the bag. You can throw it with confidence and you're not trying to slow the bag down. You can still throw it. So love this bag for running bags in the hole when it's a faster board conditions. Normal board conditions, I'm playing more of a hybrid style to a dirtier style game with this, and you can do that. With this material, you have to put blockers up there wherever you want. You can put your level 1, level 2, level 3. You can kind of get it over into your opponent's side and know you've got the confidence to be able to go collect the bag and bring it back in. Now, because the bags do have flop, one thing I'll warn you is you will get a little bit of that accordionness when you come in. If you're just clipping a corner, it'll kind of smash up, and sometimes it gets your bag to spin around and go past it. Makes it great for get-around. So if your opponent's throwing blockers up there, a bag like this, you're just going to, I'd like to step out and aim for the corner and just smash into it, almost bully their bag a little bit out of the way, take hole control or put my bag in. Great for that. If you're trying to collect your bag, just be a little more intentional. Come just a little bit more into the bag, about a third to halfway into the bag. You're not clipping the corner, but you come in and grab enough of it, the bag will smash up, catch it, and ride it up in there. So it makes it very collectible for bags around the hole, especially because you can get it going, just get it started. And as I mentioned, the hole friendliness, the bags will drip right in. If you have to ride a bag further up, throw a level 3 blocker down there, enough speed on the fast side, catch it, ride that bag up. Now, if you're riding the bag up, pushing the bag up long ways, you want to be more in that middle kind of match up. If you try to catch a corner and ride up, the further you go up, the more your bag's going to want to spin and push that bag out of the way. That's not really a problem with this bag. It's just in general, a general rule of thumb is that when I want to take a bag a long ways up the board, I want to match it up almost right square and just push it and ride that bag all the way up there. And as I also mentioned, the shot shaping. So if you throw a blocker and get a little further, a little more aggressive and closer, more to your opponent's side you want to be, you still got the ability to throw that cut to come across, grab it, pull the bag back in. If your opponent throws a blocker up there, I can throw cuts. It's not making those harsh, aggressive cuts because of the flop and the forgiveness. It's not making super aggressive cuts, but you can make a cut and get around bags, leave your opponent's blocker there. If you're a roll bag or a flop bag thrower, you can do this. This is going to be more of those above average to advanced skill levels for the rolls and flops because of the flop there. If you're just learning out to throw a roll bag, or if you're just kind of average at it, not the easiest bag to do it. I'm not going to say you can't do it, because you can, but it's just not the easiest, the best bag that you tend to want. More of a fuller bag, less floppy bag when you're just starting out in those rolls. But for those who've been doing, like I said, above average to advanced, you can definitely do it. I had success throwing cuts with this bag. And you don't have to get, like, if you're throwing cuts, you don't get super crazy aggressive, as I mentioned, because of the flop. You're just throwing a cut, just sneak around it enough just to grab that hole and pull the bag back in. So I love the playability options this bag gives you. There's always options for getting around your opponent's blockers and making them work to collect their bag. It also gives you the ability to throw, like I said, those aggressive blocks on your opponent's side, knowing that if your opponent doesn't push it in the hole for you, you can go after and get it on your last bag if you need to. So I love when bags give me options like that. As I mentioned, very hole friendly for the control. Typically when you have a bag that has that much control and the ability to throw blockers, you're going to have bags hanging on the hole. I didn't have bags hanging on the hole at all. I also didn't experience bags bunching up, and that's because I think the flop, typically a floppier bag doesn't bunch up as much because it kind of collapses up and folds and drips in. You typically have to have a fuller bag to bunch. No problem bags clogging the hole. So if I have multiple bags up there and I got to collect them, no problem pushing through and taking 2 or 3 bags in at the same time. I never had an issue with them clogging. Don't have an issue with bunching. If I had bags left hanging for some reason, they weren't hard to get. Most of the time, just throwing another bag in there would catch it and pull it back in. But if I had to go after it across the hole, again, you have the ability to throw those cuts to grab it and go after it. Obviously, they're airmail drags. It is a bag that gives you options, and if for some reason you leave a bag short of the hole, there's a good chance you still have an opportunity to catch it and collect it and put it in the hole for you. So I love when bags give you that option. I love when bags give you the ability to go after and collect. Most bags are out there. I had a blast throwing these Dracos. It's a bag that if you, honestly for me, the comparable bag I say to this is the Brotherhood Guardian X. If you're an ACL player and you throw the Guardian X and you're looking to come to some ACO events, I think these Dracos are going to be exactly what you're looking for. Going to be a very familiar feel to you, a very familiar playability as those Guardian X's there. Highly recommend you guys checking them out. Leads me into availability. Bramy's has a website, bramysbagsandboards.com. I'll put a link down in the description for you guys. As always, bags are $75. It was free shipping from them. $75 shipped to you. Phenomenal price for an ACO stamp bag. It's at that lower end price point. Highly recommend it at that. It's worth taking a chance. I think you're going to love them. It's the second set of bags I've thrown for Bramy's, and I really have been blown away by both of them. Great bags, phenomenal quality. If you've thrown these Dracos, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about them. As always, I thank you guys so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.